half notes and half rests now, different than whole notes and whole rest. Remember that notes equal sound, which means noise. Rest equals silence, which means silence, nothing. What makes up a note? Specifically, what makes up a half note? A half note looks like this. It's got two parts. It's got the circle at the bottom, just like the whole note, and we call that the note head. The long line that comes from the note head is called the note stem. Notice how the whole note has a hollow part in the middle, just like the half note, has a hollow part right in the middle of the note head. That's really important. The note stem will go up on the right side of the note head and will go down on the left side of the note head. So we'll see half notes that look like both of these things. The stem going up or the stem going down. They're not upside down, they just are. Now when we see a half note in music, we say two. A half note receives 2 beats of sound. Notice that a half note is half the value of a whole note, which receives 4. What makes up a rest? Specifically here, we're talking about half rest. A half rest looks like this. There are 2 parts to a half rest, just like there were 2 parts to a whole rest, the line and the block. Now, with the whole rest, remember, the block was on the bottom of the line. For a half rest, though, the block is on top of the line. All right. I like to think of it a half rest kind of looking like a hat, or it's got a mound of dirt on land, but it is the opposite of a whole rest. It's a half rest that sits on top. When we see a half rest, we're going to say shh, just like with every other rest that we're going to see. A half rest receives 2 beats of silence, which means when we're using a metronome or we're using a track, we're going to let it last for 2 beats. Anything half is going to be 2 beats. We're going to practice this together, and we're only going to use half notes and half